The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the July 25th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's that during this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day with a slightly mixed bag out there. You got the Dow up 91, S&P 15, NASDAQ 100 up 34. The Russell's off 4 points. Transports are up 65. Semis are down 26. NASDAQ Composites up 34. New York Stock Exchange up 30. Gold is off $42 per now at 33.89. Silver's down 72 cents. Light sweet crude is off 42 pennies. Natural gas is up 3 cents out there. I've got the Qs up on my screen out here. I had mentioned during the 11 a.m. update, we took a look at the NQ, and I said that the NQ did not form a TD9 count top. That is a true statement. The Qs, on the other hand, did. So the Qs actually got up to the high of 566.24 yesterday. That took out the high from July 21st, which was 566.06. That went ahead and triggered. That was a bar following bar number 98, TD9 count top. Now, if price closed the day above 566.24, we're at 565.87 right now. That top will get negated. Tell us about a strong upward momentum move. That's really the signal that we have on the weekly time frame chart, which negated its TD9 count top in one solid week out there. The monthly does not have a topping pattern out here. So if, in fact, we get a Q's close about 562.24, that signals that really wants to move to the upside out there. So just a little bit of a divergence between the signals from the NQ and the Q's out there. What else? What else do we need to take a look at here? I'd say not much else. Although, let me put up the gold contract for you. So put up the gold contract. I'm going to do it here just simply because you can take a look at a negated 30-minute TD9 count bottom pattern. I don't know that the 60-minute has negated its signal. Just said we're going to check on that too while we're live here. But you can see there was a TD9 count pattern that formed out here at 8 o'clock this morning, and we lost that pattern at 10:30. Now let me just switch this to the 60-minute time frame chart and see if that one has also failed. Those were the only two time frames. The oscillator and change line is going to be different, going to be incorrect on this chart. Yeah, so the TD9 count pattern here just got negated as we came onto the air at 11 o'clock. So what gold is signaling to you and I, at least at this moment in time, is it wants a lower price. Now, we haven't looked at the other time frames out there, but we don't have any kind of intraday 30 or 60-minute time frame out here. As far as where the next price target is, I mean, I do see a little bit of that trend line is gone. It's all going to depend on as price. So price should move towards the June 30th swing point. Yeah, Phil, I can do that. So we've got the June 30th swing point, and the high of that swing point is really what you're watching right now, 33.7670. If we were to close inside that, of course, we close inside it with volume says we head all the way down to test the low out there. But right now, it's just we haven't gotten down to that area, 33.7670. So that's the area to be watching. If we test to reject it, well, then we'll have to see what's going on in the intraday charts. As long as we're talking about gold, Phil asked if I could post a seasonal chart for gold. So let's do all this at the same time out here. That's the S&P that we have on our screen, but let's go put Goldilocks up. Let's maximize the number of years worth of data, which is 57. And so this is where we're at right now. We're in the month of July. You can see July, August, September, really July through the rest of the year is a favorable seasonal time for gold. Now that, so I don't know if there's much else there to really share with you. If other than going to the post-election, so these are the years after the election cycle. This is how gold typically forms. Now, in this case here, this shows that gold typically forms a high right around June the 2nd. So the actual high that came in on a daily time frame this year for gold, that came in on April the 22nd out there. That was in essence, it was really the 23rd that confirmed that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for gold out there. So I said that was the April 22nd time frame. Let me just pull this chart. Oh, Stevie, you didn't do that, did you? You son of a gun. Okay, I did do that. I did delete that chart. No problem. Stevie will resolve that. So April, is there any kind of April high that we see out here? Yeah, not really. So I don't know. Let me just come back to let me come back to just the normal seasonal chart out here. Just curious if April 2nd, there's June. Here's April the 12th. There's typically a little bit of a short-term top right around April 12th, but that hasn't that certainly hasn't played into what we were taking a look at. So we know that prices trading below profile support as we speak. On the daily time frame, we've got negated TD9 count bottom patterns for the 30 and the 60-minute time frame. It's signaling to us that gold wants to pull back further out there. Let's go to our first request out here. No, let's not do that just yet. Let's go take the some things that I can turn off. So that would be the New York Stock Exchange, the Advanced Client Oscillator. That's at the bottom panel. We had closed above it yesterday. We had been below it the day before. That says yesterday's move was a false. We had closed above it on Wednesday. We closed back up, and we were below it on Tuesday. We closed back below that level on yesterday. That tells us that sellers, according to the Advanced Client Oscillator, are the ones that are in control. Now, if they're in control of the markets, what they need to do is be able to take out that green oscillator and change line. This is the New York Stock Exchange cash index that we're taking a look at, and that number that you're watching will be 2825 or so. You can see the spot fix index well below its 50-day exponential moving average. We are not trading below yesterday's low. I don't think, are we? Yesterday's low, $14.95. Yeah, we've only gotten to $15 out there. Just saying, if we trade below yesterday's low, that certainly is a bearish message, at least from the daily standpoint. So that's what's going on there, which is we've, in essence, got diverging messages. And we have diverging messages, you get this choppy kind of market condition. Of course, we're choppy to the upside out there. What else do I need to share with you and show you here that Stevie can turn off? I should have done that differently. All right, so we're about to go to a break. I'm going to correct my repopulate a daily time frame chart on my main screen out there, and then we come back from this break. We're going to look at Starbucks, CBM, RGTI, SBSW, SLS, INTC, and QMCO. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that issue that we had, a little technical glitch, but I think we've overcome that. Hopefully everybody is, we've got sound back inside the Tiger's Den. Yeah, minor glitch, no TV or sound. How about now? Somebody in the den, just give me a thumbs up there. So we're going to take a look at Starbucks out here, and thanks, Dan. So Starbucks, this request came in yesterday from Ron, who is dealing with COVID. Ron, we all wish you better. We'll send out a little bit of white light for you so that you can heal a bit sooner. We're taking a look at Starbucks, which is no chart, though. Okay, thank you. We'll get that going. Don't want to do this for Ron, and then he doesn't have a chart to look at. So there's the daily, weekly, monthly time frame chart for Starbucks. We should be all set. What you'll see here is Starbucks is consolidating with inside its daily chart. It's trading with inside its buy zone, which is 92.09 to 93.61, and resists up at 95.90. There's also another level of support on the daily time frame to be aware of, Ron, and that is at 91.08, the TD9 count breakout level. The weekly time frame chart will trigger bar number 8 of a TD9 count as long as price today closes above 92.11. We're at 92.77. But in order to get a TD9 count pattern, next week you need to see a close above, and we need to rally a close above 94.44. So hard to say whether you're going to get a TD9 count topping pattern on the weekly time frame. There is no confirmed topping pattern on the daily time frame as we speak. On the monthly chart out here, we are trading above profile resistance. Its issue, Ron, is being able to close above its oscillator and change line. That's at 93.89 out there. So what you can see on the monthly chart, though, is you can see the very large consolidation pattern that runs at the top at about 117 and at the lows at about 71 to buckaroonies out there. So big old consolidation. Looks like the bottom of that consolidation is held. And if you can close above 93.89 on a monthly basis, that would be a good bullish outcome for you. So feel well, our friend, and we hope to hear from you again soon. Brett wants to take a look at ticker symbol CVM. So let's get that up on our screen out here. CVM is trading out at, Brett's looking for the daily, weekly, monthly support and resistance levels. So what price has done yesterday and today, Brent, it's tagged. It's top of its daily profile. 709 is your first level of resistance. The second level of resistance to the upside would be 809, the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Support, you've got oscillator and change line around 466 on the daily, 370 and 321. That's a buy zone on for the profile standpoint. And then finally, 229 would be a TD9 count breakout level. The weekly time frame chart prices trade above resistance. The resistance would be the top of its profile, which is at 341. So that's a beautiful thing. You're going to close above that. You close above it last week. We got a profile change in trend here. So it's really waiting on the daily to be able to clear 709 and then 809. If it can clear 809, then the next resistance level you would have, Brent, would be 3270. Now, of course, we're trading above resistance on the weekly, so the old resistance is new support, 341. On a monthly time frame chart, price has been below the monthly profile for more than 2 consecutive months. So that says that what we really want to see here is a close above 763. You'll notice here, Brent, that there's only 2 profile lines. That's because the center and bottom are at the same number, 763. So old, what used to be old strong support right now is turning into old strong resistance. So I would say the keyest number, how about that? We just made that up, is going to be 763. If you can close above that, not that you don't have other battles, which we've given you some of those on a monthly basis, that other battle would be around $10 and change out there. It's oscillator and change line, and then above that, 1418. So that's what I see with regard to your multi-time frame support and resistance, Brent. And thank you so much. And thanks for letting me know about the Billy Joel special on HBO. That's going to re-air again tonight out there. So thanks for that. Yeah, as a music lover, if we are home tonight, well, I'll try to see if we can tape it. That's if we've got HBO. I don't even know if we've got HBO anymore. In any event, let's go on to our next request. This really is just a follow-up to yesterday, the question that came in from Tom G., who was an RGTI, and was asking, was there any way that we saw this pulling back into the $15 area out there? Now, what I didn't do yesterday, and I really should have done that, was put up this set of charts here to take a look at what was going on from an intraday standpoint. And the reason is because there was a wave number 7 top that formed at 1245. It wasn't confirmed until yesterday at 4 o'clock, but yesterday at 4 o'clock, no, I'm sorry, that was on the 21st. Today's the 25th. So that was signaling that, yeah, price could, in fact, pull back out there. Here, if we take a look at the the 65-minute time frame, there was a completed TD9 count top, and that took place at 12:45 yesterday afternoon. So let's take a look at what price is doing now. It's pulling back. So here we're going to really go to where we have our 2 different tops, right? But those are the ones that are really the priority for us to understand what is the signal that is coming to us. So we take a look at those tops. You've got support. We're trading into the buy zone on the 195-minute time frame. That's between 1529 and 1576. On the 65-minute time frame, your real key level of support will be at 1519. That would be the TD9 count breakout level. Now, it also has a buy zone, Tom, between 1495 and 1515 out there. I don't have a bottom signal per se, other than coming from the 15-minute time frame chart, which at 11:30 will complete a TD9 count bottom. So what you'd be looking for there as signals that is a sign of some kind of turn to the upside is you'd be looking for a close about 1557, then above its oscillator and change line, call it maybe about 1575. And then that could signal that you'd run it up to 1620. Of course, if we close below the low, right now that low is at 1538. We close below that on a 15-minute basis. We're headed lower. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN. educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back up, folks. So we got ticker symbol SBSW up on our screen. This for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. Dan, as you probably know, this formed a daily TD9 count topping pattern a couple of days ago. That's at least one pattern. Maybe there was a sell the D point. I see it was a bearish shooting star candle. Doesn't really matter. All we need is one top. We then have a new profile that formed yesterday, and price is testing the bottom of that profile right now. The bottom of that profile is 927. We're trading at 927. If we close below 927, we're likely headed lower. We may likely be headed lower anyways, and that's because of the weekly TD9 count top that is going to go ahead and complete this afternoon. But if we do close below 927, the bottom of that daily profile, that just simply increases the odds that SBSW is getting ready to pull back out here, and it's ready to pull back towards its weekly oscillator and change line around 745. This has been up for 4. This will be the 5th consecutive week to the upside out there. What that suggests, we should see a 1 to 2 week retracement out there. So the first place you're watching is going to be the bottom of that daily profile. And again, that is at 927 out there, 927. Did I say 924 before? 927 is the correct bottom of that daily profile out there. The monthly time frame chart says that when the daily and the weekly are done doing their thing out there, and they do need to do their thing, then price is ready to run up to 1108. Of course, a close above the high, which is going to be the high of the week out here, which right now is at 985. A close above that is going to negate the daily and weekly TD9 count patterns out there. So it does look like this is getting ready to pull back further out there. And interesting, the the bottom portion of the chart. I kept looking at saying that doesn't look right. Of course, it's not right because it picked up Tesla on the bottom, and up at the top, it's got the SBSW. So somebody's in my system playing games with Stevie. All right, let's go take a look at the SLS. This is also for Dan. So Dan, SLS, as you know, formed a TD9 count top. It did it a few weeks ago. Prices traded with inside its daily profile. We can see that all rallies run into resistance at its oscillator and change line, even the one from 3 days ago. So that is suggesting to Stevie that price ought to go target $1.74, the bottom of its daily profile. And if price were to close below that, we then would be looking at a move back to the 151 level. That is the TD9 count breakout area. Now, a B point of an A to B equals CD pattern was a pass with volume. That's a swing point from July 14th, which did volume of 2.1 million shares. That was passed with 2.8 million shares. So there is a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Of course, price is going to now cut and paste this one here. We'll copy, we'll paste it, we'll go ahead and assemble it. So the 1-to-1 would get you down towards the $1.62-ish level out there. I would say if we're going to get down there, we're going to get all the way down to $1.55 and explore the bottom of the weekly profile, or $1.51, the TD9 count breakout level for the daily time frame. On a weekly basis out here, definitely A to B equals CD, so there's a sell the D point top. That formed a couple of weeks ago. If price were to close the day below 180, get below that oscillator and change line, that would be another indication that we are likely going to head lower. And you're just really putting this together with the daily time frame chart out there. The monthly is basically a bunch of mush out there. I'd have to turn a bunch of indicators off to even be able to get some kind of a read out there. So, Dan, that's what I see when I take a look at SLS. Hope that helps you out. As always, thank you for your request. Duncan Steve would like to take a look at Intel out here. INTC is a ticker symbol. Okay, great. If we take a look at Intel, what we have here right now, this is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den, is a consolidation really with inside its daily bullish structure and profile. And it has a buy zone, which is between 2177 and 2128. Your resistance is up at the 2379 level. Now, I see an A to B equals CD pattern, and it looks like it completed. I just want to go ahead and make sure. I'm just going to draw the A to B line in there, and I'm going to move this over to the C point. And no, I was wrong. My eyes were dead wrong on that. So this had a B point that had volume of 76 million shares, and it was passed with 119 million shares. So there still is an A to B equals CD pattern, the upside in Intel, that would get you to the 2460 level. However, so we have this gap to the downside that hasn't taken out the B point out there, but where's it headed to? So on a weekly time frame, we take a look at Intel. Let's populate this chart, see what kind of signal information we had there. Not much. So on a weekly basis right now, what Intel is doing, it's pulled back and it's testing the oscillator and change line. It's changing the oscillator and change line, which is currently priced at 2062 on a weekly time frame. We're trading at 2062. So that is a potential support level out here. And if this fails, you have another buy zone between 1918 and 2010. Now, if we get down to 1918, that's going to negate the A to B equals CD pattern that we've drawn in here because that C point is down at 1931. Monthly time frame chart. Oscillator and change line is really what's holding it up right now. So I would have to say here, Dunk, that it's really going to be all about the weekly time frame, which is sitting back at support. We get below that oscillator and change line, we likely head lower out there. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Intel. You also wanted to take a look at QMCO. So let's pull that up on our screen out here. QMCO is trading at $8.97. It had a leg G bottom, wave number 7 bottom. Let me just pull this back and make sure. Out here. Where'd that black digit come from? Nah, Stevie's not going to go with that as the signal out here. So what we do have, though, is prices trading below. So it's trading above support, which right now is the oscillator and change line, Dunk, and that is at 863. That number will change by pennies or so as price moves up and down. That's support. Resistance is at the 947 to 984 level. And it's really 984 because if you that's where a counter trend rally in essence would come to an end. Now, somebody might say, well, Steve-O, I heard you say that, but on June 30th, price did close just above the 984 level. It actually closed out at 997. But, really we have 2-day rules out here. And that turned to be just simply a false one-hit wonder out there as the very next day price gap to the downside and that level held, 984. So 984 is the counter trend level that you'll be watching any kind of a rally out there. The weekly time frame does not have, we're trading below profile support, and it's also didn't change line. So that says it wants lower price. The monthly says you could get down to 445. We're not going to the 445 notation just yet. You do have this hammer candle out there, and I would say if you close below that, which is 725, well, then 445 starts coming into existence right now. So we're just trading in between support and resistance on the daily time frame. Whichever side breaks, that's going to tell us where QMCO is headed to. LB wanted to take a look at adding to his position in PPTA, and we're going to a breakout here. So we'll get those charts fired up, and we'll take a look at well, that's it that I've got, I think. NKTR. We're going to look at Nectar. We're going to look at Newmont Mining. Those are the other two requests that we've got. It's Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times the daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol PPTA. This is for LB, who's looking for some buy points. Now, if I had just put up the monthly, weekly, and the daily, I would be suggesting to LB that right now might be a buy point. His price is pulled back, and it is tested its oscillator, and it's testing its oscillator and change line. Now, we're trading just slightly below it. The OUL's at 16.15. We're trading at 16.09. We are testing that level out there. But because I went ahead and put up the multi-time frame charts out here, it gives us additional data. For example, right now, Lee, on a 15-minute time frame, and that says at 11:45, this is going to complete a TD9 count bottom. Now, I don't know in the next 2 minutes here what the low is going to be of that pattern out there, but if we close below that low on a 15-minute basis, that tells you that we're headed lower. If you look at the 30-minute time frame chart, there's an A to B equals CD pattern that is formed. The 1-to-1 price projection gets you to 1574, but that retracement, that B to C retracement, I don't have that drawn in here, but that B to C retracement is less than a 0.61 retracement. So that's saying this should do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. So 1574 is the price projection. I would say $15 is the price target. If you look at the 195-minute time frame chart, that had both a TD9 count top and Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. And we are now trading below its bull structured profile. So that opens up the door for a $15 number. The daily time frame does not have a top, I don't think, but let me open this up. Was there a sell to D point? Was there an A to B equals CD pattern? Boy, there's a number of them, aren't there? I see more of a consolidation right now in PPTA, Lee. It looks like this on a daily time frame. We put this up on our screen. You probably visually see it, but let me just go ahead and draw this in here right now. So we can see we had that double top. You can see we've had double bottoms out there. So you're trading a big old-fashioned consolidation. It was unable to bust it up to the upside. Is it going to try to bust it to the downside? Well, the first level of the downside, and that's looking at the daily time frame, again, would be that 1448 level. That would be the bottom of its daily profile. So with regard to buy points out here, because of the A to B equals CD pattern on a 30-minute basis, just because of everything that's out here, I think we have to continue to analyze this stock as it gets down towards that 15, 80-ish area out there. The 65-minute time frame chart lost its TD9 count breakout level. It formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there. The 130-minute chart has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We're trading below profile support. So no reason for me to give you numbers now. Instead, let's let the chart, this is headed lower. Let's and again, that 15-minute time frame chart for the day is going to give you some information on that. And so let's let this continue to head lower, and then we'll look for some patterns as far as what's going on there. So hope that makes sense and that helps you out. Alex wrote in, and Alex says, very, very kind message. Very kind of you to do that. You didn't even put up a request. Just simply thanking me for advice that I had given to you or others with regard to Coinbase out there. So it was very kind of you to take the time to write in. Yesterday, the Fletch had shown a chart of the S&P 500 that was had been running around on the internet, put out by Carter Worth, who you see on CNBC every now and then. And then I went ahead and put up the Dow charts because I didn't have 97 years worth of S&P data. I had made a statement there, and a couple people wrote in and said, could I explain it more fully, which was a difference between this time and those times, which was he was showing the 2007 top, the 2000 top, and he went back to 1929. When those tops form, when we have a major top, and those were obviously major tops, what we will see is we will see topping patterns form on all three time frame charts. That's daily, weekly, and monthly. Now, typically they are Rhodes Momentum Indicator signals. I'm just going to show it to you on the monthly time frame because there's so much data involved here. But if, for example, if you take a look at coming back here into 2021, the COVID crash, we had a TD9 count top No, that wasn't the COVID crash. It was back here. Just simply a top in 2021 out here. You've got this Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that formed on January 2022, and then we made that nice bottom back in October of 2022. Let's come take a look at the 2000. Let me get to the 2007 area. Let's keep pulling this back. Here we go. So here's your 2007 top for the S&P for the monthly time frame. Again, tools that you and I talk about all the time. They work for all time frames and everything. And we did have a TD9 count top initially. That was negated in October of 2007. And then we got a bear sash candle in November 2007. That was a confirmation of that top out there. We do not have that in as we speak right now. Let me pull this back to 2000. out here. The monthly, again, we're just looking at the monthly chart. Is that it? We had 2000. No, we're back. We're at the 1987 crash. So even that, look, on a monthly basis out here, what do we have? A TD9 count and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, at the 1987 crash. You don't think that these tools or signals that you and I take a look at each day are important? You really should learn them. And it's easy to do because I take you through step by step. So just subscribe to Mastering Probability. You have access to videos that are really helpful. Here is the 2000 top. We make a high in March of 2000. We make the bearish reversal candle, the dark cloud cover in September of 2000. And then it's off to the races to the downside out there. So if we take a fast forward to where we're at today, we don't have a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for the monthly time frame. We've got a signal that's out there, but that needs a bearish reversal candle. We've got no top on the weekly time frame and nothing that looks like it's going to top out anytime soon. On the daily time frame, you could get to a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That just needs a bearish reversal candle. Maybe we get to a TD9 count top, but the weekly is the one that is suggesting at this stage here we've got a much further to go to the upside out there. During the week, I did show you the black background set of charts that showed the S&P 500. So we were taking that we're looking at that move to the upside. Okay, so to answer that question, we've got a request from Sharky to take a look at Newmont Mining. Let's pull that up on our screen here. Newmont Mining, the largest component weighting-wise inside of the GDX. You're not going to top unless we get a top inside of Newmont Mining. There's no top that we've got in place right now. There's a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm. We've just negated, looks like a wave number 7 signal top that had formed a couple of days ago. That's the daily time frame. Weekly time frame, we're trading above all resistance. So that should continue to rally. On a monthly time frame, we're trading above resistance levels. Looks like it's gunning for its swing point from back in April of 2022 out there. The low is 70.60. The high is 86.37 out there. So everything here, Sharky, looks very good with regard to Newmont Mining. Let's go take a look at NKTR. That's for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. NKTR is consolidating with inside its daily profile. It's quite a range. 1991 at support. Resistance up at 31.56, and the center is at 25.74. It's been trading sideways for the last couple of weeks out there. 4 weeks, really. It's been trading sideways. We are trading above profile and outside our change line resistance for the weekly time frame. So it should be able to get its mojo, but it hasn't gotten its mojo. And I don't know why it hasn't gotten its mojo, but the weekly chart is bullish. The monthly chart is bullish as well. The only way the monthly chart gets bearish would be with the formation of a bearish reversal candle. And that's not likely to happen. So this chart here, Dan, is tough for Stevie to really get a feel other than just sideways action that we can see on the weekly chart. And that's really kind of your range out there from the upside to the downside. So not much more that I see here inside of Nectar. Steve-O inside the Tiger's Den would like to take a Marvell. So let's do that when we come back from the break.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97, and with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back. We're looking at Marvell. MRVL is the ticker symbol out here. It is currently trading at 73.42 and is trading with inside its daily profile. It has a buy zone between 71.63 and 72.35. It has resistance both at the top of its profile, 73.80, and not much above that as well at 74.38. And that is the daily oscillator and change line. And that is acted as resistance out there. That's the key level that Marvell Dunk has to close above to suggest that you run up towards its TD9 count top. Now, that TD9 count top likely bottomed as price got back to its breakout level at 68.04. There was no bottom signal, but sometimes just getting back to the breakout level is in fact a bottom. On a weekly time frame, which has a TD9 count bottom, doesn't really have any kind of a top that I see. It is just trading with inside its profile. And it's got a sell zone between 70.12 and 75.88. You're trading at 73.44. You are consolidating inside the monthly on time frame as well between 60.62 and 90.34. So good old-fashioned consolidation, 74.38-ish being the real key level to the upside. I'd say 68.04 would be the key level to the downside to continue to observe. Let's go take a USAS for Lee. Lee is looking for a bottom. So on a weekly time frame, you're completing a TD9 count topping pattern today. So for completing a topping pattern today, that says no bottom. The daily's got a TD9 count top. Now, in that case there, was able to take price originally back to its buy zone. Since then, a new profile is formed. That new profile is supported at 91 cents, resistance 104. What should unfold here is price should pull back, Lee, towards the 87-cent level. 87 cents is the weekly oscillator and change line. So that gets us back to the 91 cent, the bottom of that daily profile. If price were to close below 91 cents, we'd be looking at 77 cents out there. So you're looking for a bottom. That's not in just yet. We need to continue to monitor this as price moves back towards that 91 cent level. Folks, thanks much for all of your support this week. That was a wonderful week. We'll look forward to doing that again next week. But in the meantime, I'd love you to have a fabulous Friday, a wonderful weekend, and just enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. We'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. Take care.